Hi to all succulent lovers, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time I didn't make any videos and today I'm back. If you are into the content like growing succulents in a hot and humid climate like in Malaysia, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for the future videos. And today I would like to introduce you 20 types of succulents that can be grown outdoor all year long, with the temperature about 24 to 35 degree maximum. So before I introduce you all the 20 species I want to talk about, if you want to put your succulents fully outdoor, you must fulfill certain conditions before you can do that. First, you must make sure that your plants are sun-loving plants. That means it needs very intense direct light for them to thrive. And second, they must not be too sensitive towards watering. And third, they must be planted in a very porous mix. For example, if I have my plant in terracotta pots, I will use 80% gritty mix. For example, I have lava rock, zeolite, pumice, or charcoal and burnt rye husk and all that. And with only 20% peat moss or cocoa peat. And if I have my plant in a non-porous planter, for example, ceramic pots or plastic pots, then I will increase the gritty mix ratio to 90%. So 90% gritty mix and only 10% peat moss and cocoa peat, so that the water will not retain so much and they can drain through quickly. And fourth, choose the pots. I would have my plants, the outdoor succulents, in terracotta pot. And next, you need to make your plants stable for at least 1 month or 2 weeks, for example, for certain types, before you can move it out. You need to do that because you need to establish the roots well before you put them out. And next, you need to apply fungicide to your plant because the rain can bring bacteria or fungus to them. And it is pretty normal that your plants get fungus attacked. So apply fungicide once a month to prevent or to treat this problem. However, for these 20 plants that I want to introduce you today, they have less fungus problem compared to others. And last, please plant your succulents in a small pot compared to a big pot. Small pots, the moisture will evaporate fast and the water will drain fast enough to avoid root rot. So the first plant that can be put fully outdoor is the Portulaca gelliesii. So for this, I would say the difficulty is 0, because whenever you put it out, they can grow easily everywhere without your care. And you can see how beautiful it is when you put it fully outdoor. The level of difficulty for this, I would say, is 0. Whenever you put it out, they will give you this result. The second plant is Graptosedum Francesco Baldi. For this Graptosedum, it is really easy to grow. You just don't need to care for it, because if the leaves drop and they will just propagate itself. And I think I have this for about 1 year, because I put it outdoor. You can see the stems are growing old already, and they need this kind of sun for them to maintain this color in this hot and humid weather. And I have it in a terracotta pot with very porous mix, so they survive. I think this is 90% gritty mix, only 10% cocoa peat or peat moss that I used. So there you go. Second, Graptosedum Francesco Baldi. And number 3, we have the Graptopetalum Mendozae. There are 2 types of Mendozae. This is a small leaves version, and the fourth one I'll show you is the round and a bit thicker leaves. Okay, for this plant, it has been with me for about, I think, 8 months, mostly 8 months, and you can see the color changes. Recently it's rainy season over here, so the color changed back to green. You can see how much sun they need in order to achieve that purplish look. And a little bit small cute leaves like little grapes. And since I have it in since I have it in the ceramic pot, so In this, I think I have 90% rocks and only 10% cocoa pits. The level of difficulty, I would say 1 out of 5. Number 4, again another Graptopetalum Mendozae. This is another one which I compared with you just now. That one was small leaves and this is with big leaves. You can see how round and fat the leaves are. And hold it together, you can see the differences. This is a round form and this is a small leaves form. The next plant is Graptopetalum paraguayensis, which is commonly known as ghost plant. The more sun it gets, the shorter the leaves are, and you can see the purple hue on the leaves. Level of difficulty, I would say 1 out of 5. And see, I used a non-terracotta pot and it survived well. So make sure you have a very porous mix for them. You need to have very porous mix for all your outdoor succulents. And next, I will introduce you another plant which looks similar to this and a lot of people get confused. Graptoveria Victor Kane. For this Graptoveria Victor Kane, the care tips are similar to ghost plant. Both of them are in the same type of pots, cement pots. We have Graptosedum bronze. If you love red succulents and you love to put them outdoor, Graptosedum bronze is a good choice. You can see now it's rainy season, so the leaves are turning into green already, and you can judge of how much intense direct light that this succulent needs in order to achieve a look. The level of difficulty, I would say 2 out of 5. And next we have the Sedum aldophii, one of the plants that has orange and yellow color. See, it turns green because it doesn't get enough direct sun for these few weeks. And I planted another easy grown succulents at the back. So this is Graptophytum Supreme. For this Graptosedum Supreme, it is also easy. The level of difficulty, I would say 1 out of 5. Kalanchoe pinnata. This is a pretty common plant. The secret is you plant a lot of them into a pot. Just squeeze it in a small pot and they will give you this look. Level of difficulty 0. Whenever you pluck, you put onto the soil and they will just grow. And next we have the Kalanchoe daigremontiana variegata. This is a very easy care plant. Wherever you plant it, it will grow. And you just pluck the baby and put it onto the soil and they will just grow into a big plant in a short time. The level of difficulty, I would say it is 0 out of 5. Next, this is Kalanchoe fedtschenkoi variegata. This is another plant that has the pink hue on the leaves when it is exposed to the direct sun. And the more direct sun it gets, the more pink you get from the leaves. You can see how compact the leaves are because it is under full sun from the morning until evening. The level of difficulty for this plant is 0 out of 5. Next we have the elephant bush. The scientific name is Portulacaria afra variegata. You can water it more frequently compared to other succulents. So for these plants, you can increase the amount of peat moss or cocoa pits, whatever you like. The moisture will retain more in the pot. If you put it outdoor, fully outdoor, you will get this look. It's not compact, but it will grow like this. This is the look. Next, we have this Portulaca molokiniensis variegata. You can see the variegations on the leaves. For this Portulaca molokiniensis, don't be afraid to put it outdoor. Again, this is a water-loving succulent, so even though I use a terracotta pot, in the mix I have increased the ratio of peat moss in it, and I reduce the gritty mix because I want the soil to retain more moisture. But at the same time, the terracotta pot helps to absorb the extra moisture in it. The level of difficulty for this, I would say 2 out of 5. It does have a problem, which is mealybugs. Mealybugs like to attack this plant, so you need to observe the plant whether it has mealybugs or not. Echeveria Orion, it gives you that yellow orangey look. Another Echeveria that you can put outdoor is this Echeveria Marcus. Echeveria Marcus loves water and it loves the sun. Once I give it direct sun, you can see it gets the pink little hue on the edge of the leaves. Another Echeveria that I love to put it outdoor, and it needs to be outdoor, is Echeveria Peach Pride. The more sun it gets, the more close up the buds would be. So make sure you give more direct sun to this Echeveria Peach Pride. They need that. Don't you want to admire the look? That's the close-up. Observe how the babies are growing big because of the rainwater. Natural fertilizer for succulents. Level of difficulty for Peach Pride, I would say 1 out of 5. I strongly recommend you to get one of these. Orostachys boehmeri. A lot of people find these plants challenging to grow because of what? Because of the adaptation period is quite long. Maybe for some certain plants over there just now, it takes for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks to stabilize. This one, it needs to have a bit time to stabilize once you planted it, but it still depends on the environment. Okay, if you want to plant it, if you want to propagate this plant, you just cut the baby out, pluck it out and plant it into a moistened soil. For this plant, Orostachys boehmeri, it loves water. So again, I use a terracotta pot. At the same time, I think the ratio of the mix is 60-40, 60% pitch and 40% gritty mix, because I want to increase the water retention in here. How to water this plant? If it doesn't rain for 3 days, I will water it myself. 3 days. For others, normal maybe 1 week, and if it doesn't rain for 1 week, then you water it. But for this particular plant, if it doesn't rain for 3 days, I water it myself. Okay, at night I water it, and in the morning they get the sun, and after that 3 days, if it doesn't rain, then I water it myself. You need to have strong light and direct light in order for it to maintain the compact shades. If you put it in a sheltered place where it gets only bright indirect light, you will get very elongated leaves, which doesn't look nice. Level of difficulty for this plant, I would say 3 out of 5 because of the adaptation period. Keep it in a small pot. Do not plant it in a big pot. Make it small, and then after that you can transfer the whole thing into a big pot. Remember, that's a very important tip if you want to have your plants outdoor. Next, we have another Echeveria called Pretty in Pink. Who doesn't love pink? So if you like to have your Echeveria look cute with round and fat leaves like this, and with the pink hue maintained on the leaves, try this Echeveria Pretty in Pink, and it is very suitable for beginner as well. Once you have it stable and root established, you can put it out, and this is the look when you put it in full sun area. And next we have the Echeveria Derex. Echeveria Derex is one of the easiest care Echeveria. You can see how many babies are there now, and it's quite bushy. This Echeveria Derex gets direct sun from the morning until the evening, and it has no problem at all. If you want to start with Echeverias and you want to put Echeverias outdoor, this is the top selection that I would recommend to you. It is fast growing and it is not finicky at all. Alright, that's 20 species that I showed you today, where I have my experience growing them. Remember, I'm speaking based on my experience in a hot and humid climate, Malaysia. For my country, it has hot and humid climates all year long, and the average temperature, the maximum temperature that we get usually is 34-35 degrees Celsius in the mid-afternoon. So that's the maximum temperature that my succulents are getting. So if you have summer at your country which can reach about 40 degrees Celsius, then this might not be applicable to you. And again, not all species can be put outdoor like that. So all these 20 species I showed you today are the ones that I found that can grow easily outdoor, which is quite hardy, and it doesn't give me so much problem because we have not so much of time to care a lot for them. So these are species that actually keep me at ease, and I don't need to look at them every day, and occasionally I just need to spray fungicide on them and add some osmocote onto the soil. However, for this succulents that are outdoor, I seldom fertilize them because I rely on the rainwater. And I hope you like my video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content, and hit the notification button for the future videos. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.